Q1057 and 1035, the Capital Region's classic rock station, getting ready for a big event, Monday Night Raw, coming to MVP Arena in Albany. On the card that night and on the phone right now, WWE superstar Nia Jax. How are you?
Oh, I am great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So Monday night, big event here in Albany. You know, Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre, and you are going to be in action as well. Tell me a little bit about your opponent that night and how you're getting ready for this.
Going up against my former tag team partner, Shayna Baszler. We were tag team champions twice, and for some reason, she just has a stick in her, you-know-what, against me and wants to fight, and I'm always down to fight.
This score has to be settled. Now, especially when you've been partner before, tag team partner, champions no less. You must know a lot about how she's going to go about her business in the ring. Does that help or does that hinder?
It does help me a little bit but she is a great expert at her judo moves. She's a former UFC fighter. She did take out Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey now just got sent to a whole nother company, lesser than us. So Shayna does get credit for that. Being so close to her and knowing her every move, I definitely have some good counters. I'm a lot stronger than her, a lot more powerful. So I think I'll be okay.
So you've mentioned, WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, also a Raw Women's Champion. You've accomplished an awful lot in your 10 years with WWE since you started back in 2014. How would you say the business has changed in that decade?
It's changed a lot to where we have so much diversity in our division. When I first came in, I was one of the bigger girls, and I just faced a lot of the smaller girls, and it was just always a big difference in that. And now we have such an array of women, all different shapes and sizes, especially now I have a girl, Raquel Rodriguez, who I faced a couple weeks ago, and we're about the same size. And it's really cool to be able to show the fans what we can do. Two big, powerful women in the ring. So that's a cool thing that's developed in the last decade. And, I just feel like everybody gets to see all kinds of differences and be able to relate to everything in there.
I feel like we're going into a very exciting time for WWE as we wrap up 2023. We head into 2024. Randy Orton just came back from a long injury rehab. CM Punk is back on the roster and all of that. Give me some of a bit of a forecast as you see WWE going into 2024. What do you see happening for the company in the new year?
Well, that's the great thing about WWE, because obviously I don't think a lot of things could be seen with the recent events. I would love to predict the future, but the great thing about WWE is that it's unpredictable. It will always keep you on your toes. It will always surprise you and keep you excited. I love Randy Orton. He's one of my favorite human beings, and I'm such a huge fan of his. Watched him when I was a kid, and now getting to work with him, and I've been RKO'd by him. He is just the top-tier talent, and I've never had a chance to work with CM Punk, but I've heard many different things about him. And I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to bring, since he's been gone for a little bit. There's so many things that can happen in WWE, the surprises we have, the returns we have, the new people coming up from NXT. It's very unpredictable, but will always be exciting and entertaining.
Talk about a new person on the roster, at least for one day. Tell me about your impressions of Jelly Roll and his debut in Nashville.
Well, you know what? I am a big fan of his music, so when I met him, I was kind of starstruck. He is one of the nicest, most humble guys you'll ever meet. He was so excited to be a part of it, and watching him do his thing, he was a natural. I hope he comes back and does more stuff because he was very entertaining. Everybody backstage loved him and out in the crowd, so he's definitely a WWE welcomed back celebrity.
We're talking with Nia Jax, getting ready for Monday Night Raw, MVP Arena in Albany this Monday night, December 4th. Now, for you, do you prefer being a heel or babyface?
I think my personality is more heel. I don't really care if people like me or not, but it's just most people don't like me, and that actually fuels my fire to go get in there and just really, get them pissed off even more. So it's definitely fun being a heel. Baby faces, not for me. I'm not trying to get everybody to like me.
Tell me about, the early years getting into wrestling. How much influence did The Rock have on you?
He had a lot of influence. I wanted to start training at a school out in Ocala. And he actually was the one who got me a tryout with the WWE Performance Center when they first opened. And so he was always just, giving me advice. He wasn't really necessarily like telling me too much to do, but he was like, keep your head down, work hard, make sure you're kind to everybody, whether it be, Vince McMahon or our props guys. Like, everybody is the reason you're out there and the reason that you're on the road and the reason you're a star. So he's always given me really sound advice. He knows exactly what he's talking about.
A little bit.
So.
All right, we're talking with Nia Jax, WWE superstar, getting ready for MVP Arena Monday night for Monday Night Raw. Now, let me just do a quick little rapid-fire thing. Well, I'll ask you a quick question. You give me the first answer that comes to mind. Is that cool?
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
This will be easy. Trust me. What was the first car you ever owned?
I owned a Toyota Corolla.
Sweet. What's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Oh, man, that's so hard. I was going to say Bam Bam Bigelow.
What is the best finishing move ever?
Best finishing move ever? Obviously, the bonsai drop, the Annihilator, what I do.
What was your first job?
I worked at Legoland, California.
Favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time? It's Clue.
That was a great movie, yeah.
Yes.
Who did your first win come against? Who'd you beat?
My very first win in the main roster or WWE in general?
Both.
So my very first win is against Dakota Kai. Her name is Dakota Kai now, and she's in Damage Control. And then my very first main roster win was against Britt Baker.
Toughest opponent ever?
Toughest opponent ever? Oh, man. I want to say Asuka.
Nia Jax, thank you for your time. We're excited about Monday Night Raw coming back to Albany, MVP Arena, this Monday night. Thank you for your time and sharing some of your thoughts with us. We appreciate it, and nothing but continued success for you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You got it. Enjoy your day.
You too. Thanks.